Hello everybody, it's me Sam from WoopaGaming, and today I'm going to show you how to use and install the iConomy plugin for buckets. The iConomy plugin allows you to have a virtual currency on the server, so players can trade virtual currency for items, for jobs, that sort of thing. And it also has some new things since the HMod version, and I'm just going to go over it. If you don't have it already, then it's probably like one of the most used plugins out there. I certainly have it on my server, and I'm not sure what I would do without it. It's great plugin, and I'm going to show you how to use and install it. So let's go ahead and download the zip. If you're going to update, then you can use the jar. And apparently Orbit Downloader wishes to take over. My days. So download it, and hopefully you'll get iConomy.zip. Wow, so much stuff comes up. And it's a simple one jar, so you can just place that in your plugins directory. So I'm going to go over the config and all the commands and whatnot. So going back to this, I don't know why it's called Essentials. Doesn't really matter what it's called, but I like to call it the name of what I'm doing, iConomy. So you're going to want to start the server up. So hopefully on your first starting up, it should say default setup file written config to YML, and the template YML has been written. We're going to go over how to edit these and use these now, but it'll also download the dependencies. Now dependencies are all the libraries you need for saving to a database and whatnot. So it should have h2.jar downloading, and then h2 finished, and then finished downloading, and then telling you where the login is done, and then should be loaded. So I want to stop or whatever, and we're going to have a look at what it did. So you should see a new directory called lib. Lib stands for library, and if we open it, we'll find a h2.jar. h2 is just a way of saving information to a database, and this is just all the drivers that you need for this. So we'll go to plugins. You'll also see a new iConomy directory created. It should be in your plugins directory. You're going to want to open this, and you should see 4 files: the config YML and template YML, as we saw earlier. The version, this just shows you the version of iConomy you're running, so 5.01, and also minecraft.h2.db. Now this is the h2 database, pardon me, that we are going to all the iConomy accounts and bank accounts are going to be saved to that. So it should just be a load of old rubbish if you open it in text or whatnot. So let's open the config.yml to see what it's like. So first of all, anything with hash in front, I'm going to open with Notepad++ just for ease of readability. So as you can see, all this green stuff is comments, so this just tells you how to use it, and that's basically what I'm going to do now. So the system default currency, major and minor, these are the name of your currency. So the main currency, the major currency, is for like say dollars or pounds, and the minor currency is say pence or cents, I believe. Yes, cents. So you can name it. The first bit is it singularly, and the second bit is it's plural. So I can change this on my server. It's credits, so CR, and then CRs, and then I could have, for instance, pence or pennies, as it were. Now you can configure that however you like. So account holdings, this is how much money your players have when they first join the server. So you can increase or decrease this depending on inflation or whatever on your server. I like to set this at 500, but that's just because that's how it is, really. You can also have a bank. Now, currently what you're holding, the bank is how much you have in the bank, and we'll hopefully go over this in game. So the name of the bank you can choose there, so I'm going to call it Bank of Sam, and of course with the currency of the 2 file we can change these as well. I won't bother changing them now, but you can see that. So you can register a bank account for a fee of 20 credits, and you can basically set up multiple bank accounts. And for setting up a bank account, there will be 30 credits in an account already. So that's how much you'll start with when you set up a bank account. So you can choose whether or not to use the miner or not. So for instance, for now it just use credits, but if we want to use miners as well, we can set that to true. I'm going to set it to true, and you can also separate it, which is similar to miner and whatnot. So instead of doing $1 space 23 coins, we do 1.23 credits, for instance. So both have to be true if you want separate. So you can also enable disable login, so any transactions that are done, so for instance I traded millions or whatnot, you can turn that on and off. You can turn banking on and off, so I'm going to set this true for this tutorial so you can see what it's about. So we'll set that to true or false, and you can have multiple accounts where you can just have one bank account, or you can have lots of bank accounts. Now the interest works on a time plane. So first of all, you can enable or disable interest. So let's enable it for now, and you can choose whether or not to give interest to everyone who's ever been on your server, or just the people that are online currently when the interest is gone. So I like to do this as true. This will encourage players to go online more so they can earn more money. You can announce whether or not interest is raised, or just have a little spiel about saying, oh, you've just gained blah 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 interest, and how long in seconds interest is gained. So every 60 seconds will be every minute, so every minute the players will gain money. So you can change that to, for instance, 2 minutes, doing 120, or you can do 30 seconds. You want people to get money like crazy. The amount of limit to be met until we stop giving interest. So there's 0 means there's no limit. If you set anything else, they'll stop giving interest at that point. You can choose whether to give interest to players, so their bank, not their bank account, their inventory cash, I guess. Or you can choose it to do just banks, so players have to put their money in the bank and it'll go in interest. So you can choose whether to have players or banks. It's up to you really. Players may encourage people to have money on them, and then therefore spend more. But if you have it for banks, then they can put money in the bank, save up, and then maybe buy something else. It's depends on your economy and how you want to run it really. Percentage. So this is how much every, as we define, 30 seconds they'll gain. So you can set this to negative and minus, so this is how much they'll gain. I wouldn't set it too high if I were you, because it has like a recurring effect. The more money you have, the more money you can gain, and then you'll get more money, so it keeps going. As we found out with our last server, I set the interest rate at about 2% on bank accounts, and people were earning like 20,000 every day, and it was totally out of control. So press to keep this low. 2% way too high, and the minimum and maximum that someone can earn in interest, so 1 or 2. So just choose a random amount from 1 or 2. That's what we have now. So for instance, we just have 1 and 5, so you can earn anything from 1 credit to 5 credits. So that's all the general stuff. Lastly, we've got the database, so you can use H2SQL or MySQL, depending on what you want. And if you are using MySQL, there's all the bits there, so username, password, hostname, and the port, the name of your table, and name of your database. So you can set that there. If you know how to use MySQL, it's simple enough. Hopefully I'll go to do that tutorial on how to use XAMPP, but I'll do that later. So that's the config.yml. Best to save it, yeah. I'm going to open the template.yml. So these are just all the messages and whatnot that occur in game. So for instance, let's start with the first one. Money, green money, and bank money. So whenever you call up your balance and see how much you got, you'll see this here. When you create a bank, it will show created bank with the name of the bank, and then remove the bank, delete the bank, whatnot. And these are all the different messages you'll get in game. I'm not going to go over them because there's quite a few and they're pretty self-explanatory if you ask me. But as you can see, you can change the colours and whatnot from the list here, and you just put them in less than or equal to, less than or greater than signs, and that's how you use the colour tags. So I'm not going to go over that because, well, there's a lot there. So that concludes the admin side, as it were. Now I'm going to go in-game and hopefully go over some of the commands. So see you then. Okay, welcome back. We're now in-game, and I'm going to go over all the in-game commands, the admin commands for the iConomy plugin. So first of all, the main command we'll be using is /money. Now you can see I've already used it before, but I'm going to use it again, and as you can see it will show your current balance, and this is your on-person balance. You'll notice that the first time I did it was 500 credits. This is because I defined this as what I started with, and the second time I did it was because I had interest, and interest gains every 30 seconds as we predefined, and as you can see I earned a random amount of 1.96 CRs. So I'm going to go over the permission nodes as well. The /money command has no permission node, anyone can use it, and next command is money space and then the name of someone. So I can only do Sam Care at the moment because no one else has an account on my server. Oh no, anyway, no, as you can see my balance is 503 credits now by the interest, and to see someone else's balance you have to use command of permission node iConomy.access, and you just do that by doing /money and then the player's name. Next we can see the help documentation, so you can already see that already. Use money space question mark, and that will just show all the commands you can use for the iConomy plugin. Anything in square brackets is required, anything in normal brackets is optional. So I'm going to go over each one. So first of all we have money rank. So let's do money rank, just do money rank on its own. The permission node for this is iConomy.rank, and as you can see my current rank is 1. Now this will just rank everyone on the server with whoever has the largest amount of money first, and then therefore down and whatnot. And I'm top because I have the most money on the server. Go me. Money rank and then the player's name, so for instance Sam Kyo as well, will show the player's name of the person you defined. For instance, if I did xTorrent, he would be second because he has less money than me, he just will, and that will just show how much he has. This uses the same permission node. Next is money top. This will show the top players, the richest players, and the permission node for this is iConomy.list. So money top, let's do that on its own. Money top, and it will show you the top 5 richest players. Of course there's only one person that's ever signed in on the server, which is me, but it will show the player and how much they have. And we'll also define how many players. Default is by 5. We also do money top and then a number, for instance 20, and it will show the top 20 players, but as you can see I'm the only one here. Glad to see that time set works. And again, let me just fix that. Yay, right, we have lights. So that's top. Now we go over to general paying commands and whatnot. So this is what's going to be used quite a lot, is the money pay command, and the permission node for this is iConomy.payment, and this will allow us to transaction money from our account to others' accounts. So money pay another player account, so xTorrent, and then how much you want to give them. So I'm going to give him 133.7. Of course it doesn't have an account, but this is what it would do in game. Now I should go, no, it's fine. So that's the basic commands for players. Gonna move on to the admin commands and then maybe go on to the bank commands. So the first permission node for what's it called? Admins, that's the one, yep, is money grant. So this is giving people money. It won't take it out of your account. It'll just spawn money, I guess, from the anything, just the heavens, and just give them that person money. The permission node for this is iConomy.admin.grant. All admin commands start with iConomy.admin as their permission node. And to grant player, we'll do money grant player name, so it's Sankyo, and then a number, so 200. Alternatively, I could do minus 200 to take away 200. So I'm going to give myself negative 500 credits, and as you can see, it will tell me my account has been debited 500 credits. My new balance is 16.75 credits, and it will just say to the admin that they've been debited successfully. So that's the grant. We can also set it to whatever we like as well by doing money, set, player name, and then how much we want them to have. So you'll notice I had 16.75 credits, and I'm going to set it to 13.37. So there you are. My balance has been changed to 13.5. I can't even say that. Credits, and it will just notify everyone that, well, not everyone, but you and the other player, that you've set their money. The permission node for that is iConomy.admin.set. Okay. You can also be negative or positive depending on how you feel. So moving on, what's next is money hide. So we can choose to whether or not to hide or see an account. So this appears on the rank and the listing. So for instance, when I do money top, it'll show me top, but I can hide myself. For instance, if I gave myself loads of money, I just didn't want anyone to know, I can hide myself. So money hide Sankyo true. So now I'm hidden. So now if I do money top, I should nobody yet. Oh, sucks, doesn't it? And the permission node for that is iConomy.admin.hide. So this is very useful for admins when they just swan loads of money and they can just hide themselves to not make anyone sad that they're not top of the list. Right, so next is create, reset, and what? Right, okay, so this will be good because I can do other stuff like money, create, and then the player's name. So let's choose Torrent, just on the right Torrent. So I created a new bank account with the name, not bank account, just a new account with the name Torrent. So now if I see their account, they should have 500 in it. So there we are. My Torrent's account is now 500. Now basically, when someone joins the server, their name will create an account, or I can do it manually by doing money create and then their name. So now if I do money top, it should show Torrent is top there with 500 credits. And if I unhide myself by doing money hide Sankyo false, and now do money top again, you can see it will show me and Torrent 500 credits and 19.49 due to the interest and whatnot. And I can also remove player's account by doing money remove and then the player's name, and that will just remove the account so they can't use any money and whatnot. So now if I do money top, spell it correctly, does help, it'll just show me. Okay, and the command, the permission node for that is iConomy.admin.account.create, and the remove one is iConomy.admin.account.remove. Okay, so lastly, well not lastly, there's quite a few left, is money reset. So money reset and then the player name. Now this is quite self-explanatory. Will reset the player's account to the default one. So whatever you start with, your default balance will be this amount. So now for the money it should be 500. Well, it isn't 500 exactly due to the interest rate. It's gone up since the time I did that, but you get the idea. It will be 500 if it didn't have interest rate and whatnot. And the permission node for that is iConomy.admin.reset. Money empty. Now this is not one you're going to be doing often. This will just destroy the database, as it were. Not really destroy, but everyone's account, everyone's money just disappears, and no one has an account. Okay, no, that didn't really work, did it? But oh, it's because I joined the server and then I gain money. It makes sense. It will just remove everyone's account, and then anyone who is still online will get reset, basically. The permission mode for that is iConomy.admin. Good question. .empty, I guess. I believe it's .empty. iConomy.admin.empty. Hopefully that'll work. Please say it'll work. We can also do money purge. So if you've got a lot of accounts, it'll just remove anyone's account with the count of the default holdings. So we define it as 500. Anyone with 500 credits just gets removed. You know, if you've got a lot of players that just pass through and then don't spend any money or do anything, they'll automatically get created an account, but they won't actually have done anything, and it'll just take up time in your database. And whenever you're doing transactions and whatnot, it just takes a little bit more time. And by doing this purge, you can reduce this time. So now just all inactive accounts have been purged. The permission node for that is iConomy.admin.purge. I do hope, I haven't got information on that, but I assume it is. Lastly is money top. Money stats. How did I even get top from that? So money stats, and that'll just show you all the iConomy steps. So how much total credits are there in circulation, how much each player has on average, how many accounts there are, and how many bank accounts. And that moves perfectly into my next arena, which will be bank accounts. The main command for this is bank. So let's do /bank. It's to show you how much account you have, but we don't have a bank account quite yet. So let's just have bank space ? And this will show you quite a large list of all the bank commands you can use. So first thing we want to do is we're going to want to start up a bank. So we're going to join a bank. So let's create a bank first. So bank, create, or we can use a different bank. Bank creates, and let's call it what should we call it? Halifax. Yes, I'm not advertising or anything. That's just a random name. We'll put a Z at the end. Halifaxes. So create a bank called Halifaxes, and we can then lend money to it and remove it and whatnot. So let's have a look at all the banks there are. So money list. Oh, what am I doing? Bank list, sorry. And that will show you how much each bank costs, how much your initial holdings are. So the fee is F, so it costs $20 to make, and my initial holdings will be $30. It's in dollars as well, so I'm transitioning from credits to dollars. Of course, if you wanted to keep consistency, you would name it the same, but as you saw earlier, I didn't bother. So now that we've found a bank we want to join called Halifaxes, let's just mess around and set some of the stuff, because I'm not pretty sure on that fee is pretty high. So let's set this as something else. The way we do this by doing money, the name of the bank, so Halifaxes, spelled correctly, set, and then the key and the value. Now the keys are name, initial, major, minor, and fee. The name is the name of the bank, so we can set a different name of the bank. Initial is the initial holdings of the bank that you get when you make an account. The major is the dollars, for instance, dollars and credits. And the minor is the cents and pence, as we explained earlier. And the fee is how much it costs. So we want to change the fee to something lower. So fee, and let's call it 10. Oh wow, I did that whole thing, didn't I? And I did money to the bank. Alright. Bank, Halifaxes, set, fee, 10. So now we change the fee for Halifaxes to 10. So now if we do bank list, we should see that the fee is now in fact 10. Oh, that's pretty reasonable. I'm going to maybe set an account up there. So let's do that then. Let's do bank, join, and then Halifaxes. So I now have created an account with called Samkio for Halifaxes. So it's all well and good. Let's have a look at my money. As you can see, it's decreased. Well, it would have decreased, yes, but interest rate and whatnot. And now we can move on to some of the other bank commands. So we've created a bank, but how do I see how much I've got? So let's do /bank, and it'll show you how much you have in each bank. So there we are. In Halifax's, I have a balance of $30 in my bank. That's great, yay! I can also see someone else's bank by doing bank main and then someone else, so main torrent, and that will show you where the bank. But of course, they don't have a bank account yet. But if they did, then it would. So we do bank, it'll just check all your accounts. But if we just do bank main, it'll set your main bank, so your favourite bank, for instance, or whatever. And we can choose what bank is our main one by doing money bank main set, and then the name of the bank we want. So Halifax's. It is already, but we change the bank main one from Halifax's to Halifax's. Makes sense, right? To use banks is iConomy.bank.access, and that's the command. And to join a bank is iConomy.bank.join, and to have a main bank account is iConomy.bank.main. So let's see what else commands are left. We've got the leaving commands. We'll leave that to last. Get it? Leave it to last. Funny. We can do bank send. So bank send to. So let's send it to torrent, and how much we want to send to them. So bank send 200. Now an error will occur because one thing, torrent doesn't have an account, so it won't work, and that's why I've got an error. But my throat is really hurting me, sorry. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Me, Sanko Pooping, Dine Halfly, and Dine Halfly makes so much sense.